that you are subconsciously behaving as if that affirmation is done. Oof, bang a table. Wow, that was amazing. I don't even know. Oof. Sometimes I really shock myself. Game changing, life changing, brain changing, subconscious changing, everything changing, mentality changing, whatever you want to call it. These things are powerful. Number one, identify the goal or identify the want. You know, the goal is what I call it, or intention. Identify the goal you want and identify what story you are telling yourself that you don't have that goal. So if the goal is those are negative affirmations that you're telling yourself and that you are believing. Like, you are saying it with sure faith that this is true. If you're buzzing when you record it, that way you listen to it even when you're down, it will just bring you up because it's your voice and your subconscious is hearing your voice in high spirits. You will naturally start going higher and higher and higher, and before you know it, you just feel good. When your brain is open, more open to receiving, when you've just woken up or when you're about to sleep. And just game changing, life changing, brain changing, subconscious changing, everything changing, mentality changing, whatever you want to call it. These things are powerful. If you don't want to use the initial formula that I suggested at the beginning, I'm so happy and grateful. Start with that. Okay, so today's video is a little bit different. I'm recording it standing up, so there might be a lot of leaning forwards and backwards and sideways and stuff while I get used to it. But you know what, bear with me. You know what I'm like. I'm authentically me, and I just want to record something that makes you guys feel good. So let me know what you do like about it, what you don't like about it. And for you newbies, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's hope you love this channel. Today I'm talking about affirmations. Now, not words of affirmation in languages of love, but affirmations that we tell ourselves. You know, affirmations, both positive and negative, that we tell ourselves, the stories that we believe, the stories that form our life, the stories that form our daily behaviors. Okay, so I love to start with a definition. As y'all know, what are affirmations? Simple, positive statements declaring goals. They are stated in the positive tense, and they're daily reminders to our subconscious mind. So it's like reprogramming your mind, or programming your mind, or reminding yourself whatever it is that you believe. If you believe that you are a business owner, if you believe that you are successful, you are worthy to be loved, you're programming your mind to know that this is who you are, and programming your body to behave in accordance of whatever it is that you're saying, whatever affirmation you have. Both positive and negative affirmations. So it's important when you create your affirmations, which I'll talk through at the end of this video, it's important that you focus on creating them in positive tense rather than negative tense, because you can say, I am not a failure, but you are essentially using the word failure. You are using the word not. You're using negative language. Instead, I am a success. I am a consistent success. And with words of affirmation, it's classic law of attraction. Like, what you focus on, you attract. So if you focus on the fact that you are worthy, you will attract more things for you to be worthy for. You will attract a positive mindset that makes you believe you are worthy. You will attract jobs, you will attract career, you will attract money, because you believe that you are worthy to have that money, to have that love, to have those jobs, to have that success. But it's when you start to believe and feel it, you know. So you need to tell yourself enough times that it becomes natural to your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind then travels and tells the rest of your body and starts thinking that way and coming up with different ideas and ways that you can be worthy, that you can start earning that money, that you can start, that you can start earning that job, whatever it is. Yeah. Also, guys, I did not say the magic word, but I really believe that affirmations are game changers. Seriously, they are game changers. When used right, consistently, especially, your life will just change. Your life will just change before you. I will give a few examples as we go through this video, but just know that this is probably one of the most powerful things you can do to change your life, in my opinion. A benefit of using affirmations or words of affirmation is that you are reprogramming your subconscious mind, like I mentioned earlier, and you are really believing that it is done and it is you. You are no longer believing that it is not you or it is not done, but you're believing that it is done. And it's like when you're driving a car. No, it's like actually an airplane. Let's use an airplane as an example. When you board on an airplane and you've bought your ticket and you know that you are going to Bora Bora or Medellin, my favorite place, or wherever it is you're going, right? You know that you've paid for this ticket, you're on this flight, it's a sure thing that you're going to get there. So what? You check in faith, you get on the flight in faith. You know, I know some people get anxieties and nervous when flying, but in general, you know that you are going to get there. It is done, it is done, it is done. Like, you behave like it is done. And that's the thing about affirmations. When you start believing them, when you start reprogramming your subconscious mind that it is done, you start acting like it's done. You know, just because one affirmation feels good and you say it like 2 or 3 times, that does not mean it is done. You need to say it. You need to reprogram your subconscious mind so that you are subconsciously behaving as if that affirmation is done. Oof. Bang a table. Wow, that was amazing. I don't even know. Oof. Sometimes I really shock myself. But yeah, you are behaving like it's done because it's now subconsciously you are behaving like you are worthy of love. You are behaving like you are worthy of the job. You are worthy of being a billionaire or starting a business or whatever it is that you do. Okay, here's an example. With me and my coaching business, when I started being a coach at first, I felt quite nervous identifying as a coach, even putting it on my social profiles or telling people that this is what I do as my side business. You know, it was just so awkward. So my affirmation was, I am a successful coach. I am a successful coach. And I told myself that multiple times. Told myself people come to me because of my experience, because of my expertise, because of my strengths. You know, I have specific affirmations that I was using. I was using them daily. So I have a program that works for me. Again, I'll mention programs later in this video. But I have a program that works for me on how often I should use these affirmations. And I was using them. And the more I said it, I started showing up and behaving as a coach. So not even on social media, but like at social events or in conversations with people, to the point where I actually attracted my first client without advertising too much that this is what I'm doing. That is no joke. Like, my brain, my body, my mind, everything, all 3 of them just started behaving like it was true because they believed it, because I believed it. I used those affirmations, and when I believed it, I made it happen without even trying. That's how powerful affirmations can be, guys, when used in the right way. But make sure you keep an eye on those negative ones and that negative language that I mentioned earlier. You know, like, I am not a failure, or even actually more direct negative ones. Everything I eat goes to my hips. So, oh yeah, I can't talk like you because, you know, whatever it is. Those are negative affirmations that you're telling yourself and that you are believing. Like, you are saying it with sure faith that this is true. This is what is true. This is what is. And your body believes it and your body acts like that. You know, if you tell yourself everything I eat goes to my hips, you will eat and it will all go to your hips. You know, look at, okay, some of you guys, for example, let's say maybe earlier, back in the day, you might have been slimmer. And you used to be like, oh, I can eat whatever I want and it's all good. And then all your friends around you would always be like, every time I eat, I put on weight or it goes to my hips. And then eventually you started saying, oh, I should be careful because maybe one day I might get those hips. And now you're eating and eating and eating and it's staying on your body, right? Like, it's changed just like that. For me, for example, I started saying to myself, December last year, so we are in July now, so about 7 months ago, started saying to myself, I can eat what I want and my body does not retain what doesn't serve me. So I can eat what I want and whatever's not meant to be in my body won't be in my body. And sure enough, like, I've been working out as well, but I've been exercising, and what I want to eat has changed from 20 packets of crisps to 10. Okay, maybe hasn't gone to 0 yet, but it's cut down drastically. So I'm still eating what I want, and what I actually want is less than what I thought I wanted, because it just works, guys. It just works. I got excited there, but it literally does work. Affirmations are amazing. You can tell yourself anything, and in time you will believe it and you will start to act as if. So the first question I want to ask here is, or I want to bring up is, how can you make affirmations successful? Because it's all good seeing affirmations and replying yes to in the comments to these affirmations and all this stuff, but how can you actually make them successful? Okay, so we have the law of gestation, I want to say. Every affirmation has an incubation period. Like, it's like plants, you know, you plant the seed, you have to water it regularly, and it takes a while to incubate. Each affirmation is different. Each person is different, how they receive these affirmations, whether it's audio, whether it's you saying it, whether it's reading it, how often you need it. And this is something that I work with my clients to analyze and see what works best with you, and coming up with an affirmation timetable that fits perfectly, that feels good, and that just flows to the point where it literally becomes true. Okay, so the beauty of it, I feel like I should stop and check and make sure I don't have lipstick on my face, because on the last one I had lip gloss somewhere down here and it was like I was drooling. Anyway, the beauty of affirmations and this incubation period is that once you've managed to change your story and believe one is true within a certain amount of time in a certain way, that same method then works across all affirmations. You might need to change it slightly depending on whether it's career or finances or side gig or relationships or friendships, but in general, it's the same process. Once you know how it works, you know how it works. Okay, and another key is consistency and having a goal. For me, for example, with my coaching one, right? I had the goal of signing one paying client, one-to-one client when I first started, right? So I am a successful coach. I am a successful coach. And then I eventually added, I am a successful coach who attracts my ideal clients, my dream clients. I attract my dream clients. Thank you, Coach Mayfair. I added that onto the end of my affirmations, which I tell myself, and the end goal was what? I want to sign a client. And once you have that goal and you're consistently repeating it, for me, I was repeating it on the hour. I was repeating, I had alarms on my phone, repeating it until I believed it. I started networking with the right people. I started meeting people who were like, what do you do? Oh, I'm a coach. They might be like, oh, I'm a coach too. However, oh, could I coach with you? Could I sign with you? Could I have one session? Could I have 6? Like, it's starting to work in the right direction just by me consistently using it and also having an end goal in mind. Another thing that makes them work is being positive, gang. Being positive. Like, when you see even just positive thoughts, for example, let's say you see someone who is a billionaire, your affirmation is, I have $1 billion business, I have even $1 million business, whatever it is you tell yourself, right? You tell yourself that consistently, right, with that end goal in mind, and then you see this billionaire, so you can tell yourself it is possible because I have seen it and I have everything within me to have that $1 billion. Everything I need to get that $1 billion is within me now. And another thing, God shows us things that we might not have, which feel like they're out of our reach, but he shows us that so that, or universe, whatever it is you believe, but he shows us that so that we can see possibility. Because I bet you, before you even knew there was a billionaire, you never ever thought of being a billionaire. Now you see someone has started a car sales business from their garage, and you're like, oh, that's a possibility. I'm so grateful and happy now that I know that I can become a millionaire from selling cars in my garage. I'm so grateful to know that it's a possibility. I can paint on a piece of canvas and sell my art. Honestly, I'm going to need to start recording in the studio. Did you just hear that car walk past? Anywho, hopefully it didn't drown out the sound. But yeah, so you start thinking and behaving like that just by knowing that, oh, this is possible. So when you see those things that you might be affirming to yourself, make sure you have positive associations with it. Basically, I'm saying cut out comparison syndrome, right? So you might be like, oh, my friend is so lucky, she has a business idea and I can't think of anything. No, I'm so grateful to have creative friends that can think of business ideas. Oh, I'm so grateful to see the possibility that I can literally think of any business idea. You will start figuring out ways to think of ideas, and before you know it, you might even think of an idea yourself. And when you first start a new affirmation, there will be negative thoughts, guys. There will be, because your body is naturally going into fight or flight mode, and it's fighting, and it's like, no, it's not true. No, it's not true. Oh, I am a homeowner. No, it's not true because your credit score is crap. No, I am a homeowner. I am grateful that I know about credit score and I can work on building my credit score because I am a homeowner. Because whatever it is, that affirmation that you have, and it feels good, it needs to feel good. Make sure you keep saying it to yourself and challenge those negative thoughts and twist them to make them positive, guys. There is a positive in anything. Literally, if you can't find a positive, DM me and I will DM you back and let you know what a positive is. Or drop it in the comments and I'll reply to you how you can twist that statement into something positive. Or if you'd like, get on an evaluation session with me, guys. These are free. They are now 25 minutes long. However, it's still free. And during that evaluation, I can show you for free. I can teach you how you can twist anything positive. Literally any statement, twist it positive. Or just follow at Live Your Best Happy on Instagram, where I give useful tips like this and I throw in a lot of positive thoughts or words of affirmation and stuff like that. Right, here is the juicy bit. Well, I call it juicy because when I learned this, it's a what? Did someone say game changer? Okay, fine. It's a game changer. Anywho, how to create affirmations, personalized affirmations. So I'll give you the formula here, but if you're struggling a little bit, I can help you out. Holler at me. Number one, identify the goal or identify the want. You know, the goal is what I call it, or intention. Identify the goal you want and identify what story you are telling yourself that you don't have that goal. So if the goal is okay, let's say you sell clothes online, right? And the goal is to make £100,000 in sales. What are you telling yourself to make you believe that you are not achieving that 100,000? Because obviously maybe you're saying, oh, it will come in time, or no, you know what, I don't have enough money for marketing or something. Identify what it is you're telling yourself that's shooting you in the foot from achieving that goal. Me, for example, from achieving my first paying client, I was telling myself that I am not a coach, or I'm not worthy of charging, or yeah, I'm not a qualified coach. When I am. Like, I qualified as a coach, certified in leadership a couple of years ago. This story is also what some people call limiting beliefs. So if you've had an evaluation session with me or with someone else before, and you've got these limiting beliefs identified, that's what you need to use to twist into affirmations to make the most powerful, most effective, and most resonating affirmations. Okay, now once you've reframed it and it feels good, yeah, it needs to feel good, or at least feel inspiring to you and feel like you can relate to it. You know, it needs to feel real. It needs to feel attainable. It needs to feel, you know, it needs to feel good. It needs to make you feel good, not make you feel angry or negative or whatever other negative emotions you might have linked to certain affirmations. Because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes even for me, I'll see an affirmation, I'm like, who does she think she is? What is that? So you need to tell yourself something that feels possible. Okay, and it must include an I am. It must be in the present tense. It must be positive. It must be brief and specific. And then a bonus is adding an action word, i.e. ending in ing. This is a bonus. And a feeling word, like I feel so great. Oh, I feel so satisfied because my success is inevitable. I am living my dream life because I know my success is inevitable. And if that's too difficult, then just prefix it with I'm so happy and grateful now that, and then throw in the rest of it. So I'm so happy and grateful now that my business makes £100,000 a year. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a successful coach. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a work-life balance. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have enough time to do my hobbies. I'm so happy and grateful that blah, 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 blah. Insert. You know, if you don't want to use the initial formula that I suggested at the beginning, I'm so happy and grateful. Start with that. Okay, now here is the next bit, the consistency piece. Have a timetable for when or how often you want to tell yourself these words of affirmation. So this timetable could be, like for me, I do it on the hour, every hour. You know, even if I'm with family and friends, I'll just put an earphone in. I've recorded it and it's like 2 minutes. I'll just put an earphone in and I'll let it repeat to myself for 2 minutes. Some people might go to the bathroom, might repeat it to themselves 10 times. So you can either use time or you can use number of times, number of repetitions. So for me, I actually have each one recorded 10 times on a loop. Well, not really a loop, I just said it 10 times. And it runs for 2 minutes depending on what it is I'm doing. So therefore, I'm telling myself it multiple times. And here's a trick. If you're going to record your affirmations, make sure you are buzzing when you record them, like on a good day. Maybe have a dance party or have a really good conversation with a friend, relative, partner, and then record it. But if you're buzzing when you record it, that way you listen to it even when you're down, it will just bring you up because it's your voice and your subconscious is hearing your voice in high spirits. You will naturally start going higher and higher and higher, and before you know it, you just feel good. I actually recorded mine after Tony Robbins' priming, so it's a 14-minute thing. You can Google it, it's on YouTube. I did the priming and then I recorded my words of affirmation, my personal affirmations. So when I listen to them, I'm always buzzing. Okay, and that's basically it. So you've got your affirmations created. Now you've got your timetable of whether you're going to listen to it every hour, or you're going to listen to it in the morning or at the end of the day, when I think it's beta waves are open, when your brain is open, more open to receiving, when you've just woken up or when you're about to sleep, and just repeat them. Some people repeat each one 10 times. Some people repeat it 30 times. Some people repeat it for a certain amount of time. So pick what feels good for you. That's another thing. Like, it has to feel good. Yes, it can feel awkward, but it can be a good awkward. It's like, oh, this is awkward. But like when I first started looking in the mirror and being like, I love you, Tanya. I'd be like, yeah, I love you, but why am I being vain? Now I'm like, yeah, I love you, Tanya. Like, it feels good, but it's still awkward. Yes, my hand is on my hip, even though you can't see it. Yeah. And then you just push and you push and you push until, remember, law of gestation and incubation period. So guys, I would love to know what you are going to use, like what method you're going to use, or even what affirmation you've created. If you're confident enough, chuck it in the comments, or send me an email to this email address, or just follow me at Live Your Best Happy and at TanyaRose_05. I know I was speaking quickly, but I get super excited because it's another game changer. I've stopped recording content that I don't believe is a game changer. So everything I record is stuff that I use in my life or I use with my clients. And if you'd like to become one of my clients, holler at me.